Hello everybody, it's me, your host, That Metro Mania, back at it again to bring you another glorious 6-scale review. And today we have none other than the What If Steve Rogers. I thought I was going to break this up into a 2-part mega review, but I think I'm just going to break this up into 2 reviews between the Hydra Stomper and Steve. Because it's just, what if you want to see one without the other? I think it just makes more sense this way. I will have Steve compare with the Hydra Stomper when we get to the Hydra Stomper, though. So for starters, we have Steve Rogers, little baby boy, succulent little baby boy Steve Rogers. Whew. It's like a yawn trapped in my throat and I just can't quite get it out. But yes, here's the box. We got another lovely What If box where we got all the things that we're never going to get in Hot Toys, except for Spider-Man and that. But we didn't get any of the other ones. Normal back of the box. If I showed you this back of the box, you might assume it was Endgame because of the weird way it looks. Because they kind of look like that too. But we're not here for the box. We're here for the figure. And speaking of figure, I think it's time we figured out how to get that figure out, shall we? So here's our boy, Steve Rogers, done up and all good and healthy. Healthy as a small little man can be. And he looks interesting. I'm not saying I hate it. It's definitely a look, and I understand what they're going for. It's a lot better with the Stomper. But it's kind of weird to see him like a little tiny man without anything on him, and we'll go over that a little bit more when we actually look closer at him. But my initial review is, he looks good, but it's definitely weird on its own. So I'm not quite sure who would buy this on its own, but if you did, more power to you. So anyway, let's get Steve off the spinning turntable of death because he probably is getting dizzy. And let's take a closer look at the things he comes with then, shall we? So baby Steve here doesn't really come with much. He comes with what you can see on him, which we will talk about a little bit more in a second. He comes with disco pointer finger number 1, disco pointer finger number 2, and another open hand. The path of the open hand, one might say. So, not much, but he didn't really carry around much in the show either. What did carry around is his charm, his wit, a big robot suit, which we will talk about in the next half of this 2-part video. So, Mr. Steve here has a very interesting head. Obviously, it's animated, so there's a lot of detail that isn't quite as accurate as it could be because it's more stylized, like the hair and the facial features. Like you could definitely see the small Rogers from the first Avenger, but it's not as prevalent because he's not as, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but you can definitely see the baby Rogers. And if we bring it all the way around, you can see there is some hair detailing. It's not much, again, because he's animated and this is more based on animation accuracy as opposed to actor accuracy. Bringing it down, we have this lovely underneath turtleneck sweater. And it does go quite a ways into the outfit, and it doesn't hinder any of the articulation that you might need from this guy. This guy does articulate quite well because he's not really hindered by anything. You can see this nice flight jacket he's got here, along with his backpack, which I believe should just easily come off. I think this is supposed to be a parachute. Because he's got this lovely flight jacket that comes all the way down. He's got a crisp olive green down to the black big gloves. Now, I've never seen a body this thin before, but you can see there, it is thin, it is tiny. This is a tiny 6-scale body. It's a thin little man. If we keep going down, you can see his little belt buckle here, which goes into the jacket, which is a very weird design. More pants, let go. And the pants just go all the way down to these big stonking stompers. That is a wide, look how wide that foot is. That's like Goofy's shoes. This guy has some wide feet when it comes to the end half, let me tell you. But other than that, Steve here does not have much to write home about. Again, he's only one half of a whole, and that whole definitely makes up the difference. Anyway, let's take out a couple of other figures here to compare Steve to. So there we have our lovely little Steve, and here we have our Captain Carter to go with him, and they do look lovely next to each other. Again, I love this Captain Carter figure. It is fantastic, as you heard me say earlier this week. I'm happy with this. I'm happy with both of them. I wish I could find a way to easily show the Steve and to have Captain Carter on the back of the Hydra Stomper. Maybe we'll figure something out. Who knows? Maybe part 2 will get a little wild. Who knows? But yes, they do look quite nice together. I do also have, if we take her off, just for fun, I have the Avengers cap here. And he is a bit taller than Steve, as you can see. That super serum, you can see quite the difference that it made in his physique. We also have, if I can reach him. Come here, buddy. I have my casual outfit cap from the Winter Soldier. And again, even now, you can see the bases they are the same height. So even now, you can see that he is considerably taller than little Steve. But obviously, Steve makes up for it with his big robot pal. So, all in all, it does look good. Looks really good next to Captain Carter, and it's going to look even better if he had more animated friends to go with. Let's see how well Steve here gets his boogie on, shall we? So, Steve Rogers. Starting with a normal life ending. 360 degrees, head looks up that far and down that far. Not bad. Arm goes up, back and forth. Up that far, back that far. Crunch, back crunch. Lovely spread from the man. Leg goes up that far. Leg doesn't really go back at all. Nice knee bend, and the articulation doesn't really exist because the boot goes all the way up. So there's some, but not a lot. So Mr. Steven here does have some pretty good range of motion, which you won't really need to use, but if you ever wanted to, you'll definitely have it. So Steve, what do you say we get to the end of the video, shall we then? So our little guy Steve here definitely does dress to impress. Not the most, stylish or shelf-present figure possible, but he does get the job done quite well. Seeing this guy, again, always makes me wish we had more what-if figures, but what can you do? We get what we get, really, and I'm glad that we got him, and we got Hydra Stomper, and we got Captain Carter. The Spider-Man I wish they had just forgotten about. But all in all, I'm happy, and I'll be more happy in the next part when we get to talk about the big robot guy. I keep talking about him, and I know that's what you want to see, but this is for those people who just wanted to see the Steve, to see if maybe they wanted the Steve without the Hydra Stomper. There are some people out there that just want the Steve and the Captain Carter, and more power to you. I'm happy that you're happy, that if this video helped you make a decision, I'm glad it helped me make a decision. The decision was, do I want to spend more money? Of course, I love spending money, as long as it makes you guys happy. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, please feel free to subscribe, because subscribing makes you pretty cool in my book. In my book, it's pretty small, so because it's not filled with a lot of cool guys yet. So you got to get those likes in and those subscriptions in, so you can be part of the book. You know, space is limited. And like I said, like the video as well, and make sure to comment, because I love talking to you guys. You guys make my making videos way more fun, and it's just nice having you guys to talk to about 6-scale figures or anything. I'll talk to you about any collectible you want. I'm perfectly down for that conversation. And as always, I've been me, and you've been you, and this has been another 6-scale figure review. Hope to catch you next time when we talk about something big and robot-y. I will see you then.